Hey, Habs fans, are you feeling a rush of bold ambition mixed with a heavy dose of realism right now? What if I told you that the Montreal Canadiens, in full win-now mode, are reportedly setting their sights on Robert Thomas, the dynamic young center from the St. Louis Blues, as the ultimate prize to transform our roster into a championship contender? With trade rumors swirling and the stakes sky high, this potential blockbuster could redefine our identity. Today, we're diving deep into this audacious speculation, exploring Thomas's fit with the Habs, dissecting the astronomical cost, and debating if this is a daring move to catapult us into title contention. Let's unpack this high-impact rumor and see if Montreal is truly ready to swing for the fences. Let's set the stage with the electrifying buzz coursing through NHL circles. The Canadiens, riding a promising 3-1-0 start to the 2025-26 season after a playoff return last year, are no longer content with gradual progress. They're hungry to compete for a title now. With over $38 million in projected cap space for 2026-27 after shedding Carey Price's contract, GM Kent Hughes has the financial firepower to chase elite talent. Enter Robert Thomas, the 26-year-old center for the St. Louis Blues, repeatedly named as the dream target for Montreal to overhaul their lineup. While no deal is confirmed, insiders are abuzz, with one source noting, if the Blues stay near the bottom of the standings, you have to think Thomas could be on the radar. This isn't just a trade rumor. It's a potential franchise-altering gamble. Now, let's dive into why Robert Thomas is the ultimate fit for the Canadiens. Under a long-term contract through 2029-30 with an $8.125 million annual cap hit, Thomas is coming off a stellar season, often cited as a breakout star with 26 goals and 86 points in 2022-23, his most recent full high-level campaign on record. At 26, he's in his prime, blending youth, playmaking brilliance, and elite vision as a top-line center who can drive offense consistently. For Montreal, lacking a proven creative center to complement Nick Suzuki, Thomas would be the perfect second-line center, or even challenge for top-line duties, creating a devastating 1-2 punch down the middle. An insider called him the absolute dream scenario for Canadiens, highlighting his ability to generate consistent scoring chances, a critical missing piece for a team aiming to leap from playoff hopefuls to cup contenders. Let's imagine Thomas's impact on Montreal's lineup. Slotting him as a second-line center alongside talents like Ivan Demidov and Patrick Lane would form a lethal secondary scoring unit, capable of dismantling opposing defenses. Picture Thomas threading pinpoint passes to Demidov for sniper goals, or using his hockey IQ to create space for Lane's lethal shot. His playmaking could elevate the entire middle six. Paired with Suzuki's two-way excellence, the Habs would boast one of the league's most formidable center duos, giving Martin St. Louis unmatched tactical flexibility. Beyond stats, his youth ensures long-term value, aligning with Montreal's core of rising stars like Cole Caulfield and Uri Slavkovsky. This isn't just a roster upgrade. It's a seismic shift that could redefine the team's identity from rebuilding to contending overnight. Of course, landing a player Thomas's caliber comes with an astronomical price and towering obstacles. The St. Louis Blues view him as a cornerstone, a central piece of their future, and are unlikely to move him without a premium return, as critics warn. Speculated trade packages could include multiple high-end assets. Think a 2026 first-round pick, a top prospect like Lane Hudson or David Reinbacher, and a current roster player like Kirby Dach or Joshua Roy. Hughes, renowned for cautious asset management, must grapple with sacrificing significant future depth for immediate gain, a move that could delay future progression if the deal backfires. Skeptics argue Thomas is unrealistic, with one opinion stating, the Blues would hardly move a centerpiece, especially if their season stabilizes. His $8.125 million cap hit, while fitting now, commits Montreal long-term, potentially straining flexibility for extensions to young stars. Let's dig into the risks and counterarguments, fueling the skepticism. Critics caution that trading a haul of top assets for Thomas prioritizes short-term contention over sustainable growth, a massive gamble if chemistry falters or injuries strike. While his production is elite, there's no guarantee he thrives under Montreal's intense market pressure or meshes with St. Louis' system. Failure could leave the Habs depleted of prospects and picks. For St. Louis, even in a transitional phase with a middling record, moving Thomas signals a full rebuild. A tough pill unless their standings collapse further. An insider notes, if someone makes the right offer, he's attainable, but the Blues could simply hold firm, valuing his role over any return. This isn't a straightforward deal. It's a high-wire act with franchise-altering consequences on both sides. Let's step back and assess the broader implications. If the Canadiens secured Robert Thomas, it would mark a definitive pivot from patient rebuilding to all-out contention, signaling to the league that Montreal is ready to fight for the Stanley Cup now. It's not just about filling the second-line center role. It's about adding a prime-age star to redefine the team's ceiling alongside Suzuki, Caulfield, and Slavkovsky. For the Blues, trading Thomas would kickstart a rebuild with a haul of future assets, a painful but potentially necessary move if their season spirals. As the rumor suggests, this could change Montreal's identity, but at the risk of sacrificing depth and flexibility. While still speculative, the mere idea of Thomas in a Habs jersey ignites passionate debate about timing, whether now is the moment for such an impactful swing. As we wrap this up, I'm torn between the exhilarating vision of Robert Thomas powering Canadiens' offense and the daunting reality of the cost and barriers in play. This trade rumor, targeting a young star from St. Louis as the ultimate reinforcement for Montreal, feels like a daring, franchise-defining move for Kent Hughes. Thomas's creativity, youth, and long-term security could catapult the Habs into title contention, but the price of top prospects, picks, and cap commitment is staggering. Whether this materializes or remains an ambitious what-if, it's a reminder that the Canadiens are poised to make seismic moves to reclaim their storied legacy. For now, the question lingers, can Montreal and St. Louis align on a deal of this magnitude? And is this the right time to go all in? So, Habs Nation, I'm turning this over to you. Would you trade a king's ransom of prospects and picks for Robert Thomas to transform our roster into a contender? Or should we hold on to our future assets for a more measured ascent? Drop your bold dreams and grounded concerns in the comments. I'm eager to see if this rumor sparks the same fire in you as it does in me. And if the thought of Thomas in blue, Blanc et Rouge has you hyped, hit that like button to show your passion. Let's keep this conversation roaring as we watch the Habs chase greatness in 2025-26. Until next time, keep believing in Bleed Blue, Blanc et Rouge.